Tensions are boiling as Poland's president prepares to insist on war reparations during a contentious visit to Berlin, and the implications could ripple throughout European diplomacy. As Poland and Germany find themselves grappling with a shared history that casts a long shadow, the necessity of presenting a united front against the aggressive maneuvers of Russia's Vladimir Putin becomes ever more fraught with complexities. On Tuesday, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz will host Polish President Karol Nawrocki, a hardline leader supported by the right-wing populist party Law and Justice, PiS. This party is vocal about demanding reparations for the devastation wrought on Poland during World War II by Nazi Germany, a demand that Berlin has consistently rebuffed. Over recent years, the relations between Poland and Germany have fluctuated between constructive cooperation and stark contention. Both nations share substantial trade ties and collaborate more closely in defense matters. However, sentiments among Nawrocki and the PiS have been marked by significant frustration at what they perceive as undue influence from the European Union, as well as a resurgence of historical grievances over the destruction inflicted by Nazi occupiers. Knut Abraham, who coordinates Polish relations at the German Foreign Ministry, highlights the fragility of these relationships, noting that a half-sentence wrongly uttered can lead to major upheavals. This statement underscores the importance of diplomatic language in discussions that bear such historical weight. Nawrocki, a former athlete, symbolizes the brand of Polish populism that causes discomfort among Merz and his supporters. Elected on a platform emphasizing Poland first, he specifically called for reparations from the German government, an appeal that has been met with a firm refusal from German officials. Even with a common adversary in Russian President Putin, who has demonstrated his intent to destabilize the region, this has not unified Germany's leaders with Poland's populist right. Just last week, when Russian drones infiltrated Polish airspace, Nawrocki sought to link the urgency of reparations to Poland's strategic position at the forefront of NATO's defenses against Russian aggression. Reparations will not serve as an alternative to historical amnesia. Rather, Poland needs fairness and acknowledgement of our past as a frontline state on NATO's eastern flank, he asserted during a recent World War II commemoration. During his visit to Berlin, Nawrocki will undoubtedly bring up the reparations issue, according to his spokesperson, Rafał Leśkiewicz. He is slated to meet not only with Chancellor Merz, but also with German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier, a rendezvous scheduled without any press conferences, which may limit opportunities for expressing discord openly. On another note, despite the overarching tensions, Nawrocki possesses a unique advantage. He counts U.S. President Donald Trump as an ally. Trump's endorsement during the recent Polish election and their warm reception at the White House last month underscore this relationship. Following the Russian drone incident, Trump made a point to reach out to Nawrocki rather than Tusk, reflecting a possible shift in diplomatic tongues that could complicate relationships in Warsaw. It's important to remember that Nawrocki's role, although ceremonious, holds significant influence, especially as he can veto legislation and stymie Tusk's plans. The tension between maintaining a single foreign policy while navigating their differing political mandates remains a delicate balance, as remarked by Poland's foreign ministry spokesperson Paweł Wronski. There cannot be two foreign policies. Touching on the subject of historical grievances, the previous government under Tusk dialed down demands for Germany to pay an exorbitant 1.3 trillion euros in reparations, a figure that Nawrocki still endorses. Tusk's administration viewed the moral implications of these claims as valid, but believed their pursuit could strain ties with Germany, Poland's largest trading partner. Instead, Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski proposed visible acknowledgments from Germany, such as establishing a memorial site or a dialogue center recognizing Poland's war suffering. For instance, a temporary memorial has been created in Berlin, intended to honor Polish victims, though a permanent one will necessitate action from the German Bundestag. However, gestures of goodwill may not suffice to quell the demands of the PiS party, which finds substantial support among Polish voters. 54% in favor of reparations according to recent polls, while only 27% oppose them. This strong public backing positions Nawrocki in a challenging spot, potentially exacerbating tensions within NATO during this precarious time. Critics, like Rolf Nickel from the German Council on Foreign Relations, caution against using reparations for political gain, especially with a war unfolding on their borders. We must ensure that Germany, Poland, and other European nations present a united front, he remarked, adding that any distraction could ultimately play into Putin's strategy. When Mr. Nawrocki visits, he should consider the implications of his stance. As these leaders prepare to meet, the stakes are incredibly high, and it begs the question, should historical reparations be pursued amid current geopolitical tensions? We invite you to share your thoughts. What side of this debate do you find yourself on? And could this be a pivotal moment for European solidarity in the face of external threats?